Hi guys, and welcome to this video. My name is Henry, and in this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to run a Linux system on a Windows operating system. Okay, so like our Windows right now, which I have Windows 11, will be our host. Okay, and we'll run Linux systems just in a terminal base. Okay, now the current scenario is not like the current scenario. What most people are familiar with is either running containers or like virtual machines. Okay, now there might be a scenario where you just want Linux accessible in your command, like your CMD, your command prompt. Okay, you don't need to run a virtual machine or a container. You just want the Linux to use for once in a while. Now in this case, Microsoft has made that provision that you can run a Linux kernel, and then this actually came some years back, but most people are still not exposed to it. This video is to tell you how to get it done. Now if you can see from my computer, you realize I have a Debian application here. Now that's just an example of a Linux kernel I can run, and that is how my Debian looks like. Now I've run this Debian and it looks like this. So I can run any Linux command in it, like ls, everything, and then like I actually have my Linux over here. So that's just the goal. Okay, now you follow the steps carefully, and then this will help you deploy a whole Linux operating system virtually on this host, okay, without any other dependencies that are third party. This is Microsoft proprietary. Now to begin with, we have to enable the subsystem, okay, feature in Windows. From Windows 10, I've tried on Windows 10, Windows 8, and then now Windows 11. So the processes are almost the same. Okay, all what you need to go is you go to your Windows features, optional features, and then you enable them. Now I enjoy using the run, so I'll just open run, and then you realize that I have already like accessed this before. So you just type like optional features. These are optional features for Windows in your run. Okay, and when you hit enter, automatically it will bring this dialog box, and in this dialog box these are optional features you can enable. Now if you want to go the long way around, just open your control panel. When you open your control panel, let me minimize this. When you open your control panel, you just go to your programs and files. Okay, so where do I find my programs and files here? So these are programs, and I realize under programs and features we have 10 Windows features on or off. Okay, so this is where you find the optional features. Now when you click, that same dialog box will pop up with the features that are optional, and these all are optional features that you can enable for your operating system. By default, Microsoft enables some, okay, like this net frameworks and then other stuff, but you need to enable this when you need them personally. And as I said, we need a feature called Windows subsystem for Linux. You've seen it here. I've already enabled it. That's why I can run my Debian. So you make sure this is enabled, and then after this is enabled, you then go to your store. Okay, so now I've opened my store already. Now when you go to your store, you look for the flavor of Linux you want. Okay, just let's look for Ubuntu first. So when you search for Ubuntu, realize in the search result we have our Ubuntu here. Now this is Ubuntu that will run in terminal. When you click for more details, okay, there's a way to view more details on this Ubuntu. Yes, so you realize that when we click on Ubuntu and you read the details, install a complete Ubuntu terminal environment in minutes. So like we have many flavors, but what I want to install right now is Kali Linux because I have Debian. Okay, and Debian, Ubuntu is just like a Debian type. Kali Linux is also like from Debian, but the thing is it has most of the needed tools for system administration embedded. Okay, Kali Linux comes shipped with many tools, and that's why we'll be using Kali Linux. So I'll just search for Kali Linux and then hit enter. And then now I have my Kali Linux here. So all you have to do is click this get. Now it requires account. I've already logged in with my Microsoft account. These tools require Microsoft account. And then sorry for the background noise. There's heavy wind passing here, but then I can't just pause this video because this is supposed to be a short and a quick one. So you click get, and then it starts downloading, and then you wait for it to finish downloading. So after installation is done from Microsoft Store, you realize the get button we had over here some minutes ago is now turned to open. Okay, because like it has been installed locally, we have it. So now what we can do is open it. And also when Windows 11, when you come to start, you realize that recommended apps recently added, we have Kali Linux. And if you also go to all apps, then you filter to K column, You also notice that we have a new Kali Linux app here. So this is the various way you can open this Kali Linux. Now it opens into the terminal. That to say, when you open it, it's only Linux terminal. It's not like there's a GUI to it, like a user interface. It's just terminal. From the store, when we click open, now it's a command prompt, a terminal will open, okay? And from the terminal, you notice that first of all, it will have to install some dependencies, okay? It's like initializing the Linux after installation. Now, this is necessary at the back end, okay? This doesn't have to do with us. The app has to know that this is the Windows I'm running on and this are required for me to be stable, okay? Now, when it's done, this is just like installing a Linux. After your normal Linux installation on a bare metal, okay, you have to put your username and password. Now, there's a whole lot of that process when installing Linux on a bare metal. What you need to do at that point is select time zone, select keyboard layout, and a whole lot. But with this, it's taking the time zone and then the keyboard layout, everything from the host settings, okay? So you don't even have to specify a network you are going to use, whether wireless or Ethernet. It's done. And then this uses your host settings to replicate for you, and then the network is also a bridge network created that we use our host adapter. But the thing is, we are not connected to our LAN. When we log in, you realize that we have a different IP address, like a different subnet, and then a whole lot. So here, what we will do is specify the username we'll use, and then after that, you'll be asked to put password. Just like Linux, when you are typing your password, like you don't do what? You don't see it in writing form. I'm typing it, but you can't see it, and then I'll just confirm it. So password has been updated, and then I'm logging into my Kali Linux, and you can see from the terminal over here. Let me just enlarge this so that it will be nice for your view. You can see now we are logged into Kali Linux, and this is a message for developers. That's this message from Kali developers, and that's just okay. So now we'll just try like basic Linux command, like let's list the directory we are in. This is ls, and in Razor there's nothing, okay? So we can make a directory, like test, and then ls. You realize we have our text directory, and also we print working directory to see where we are, and then df-h to see our as they are mounted. So you realize I'm just going to explain these volumes, basic ones that are needed, and then what you don't need. You realize, you see this mount C, okay? This mount C is like our whole C drive over here. Like when we come to the host, directory, okay, this opens in full screen. Now this is the host file explorer. Now when you come to this PC and then we navigate to C, okay, so this C here is mounted over here. This is the mount directory, and then this is the root directory for like this Linux. And when you want to see the root directory in Windows 11, you see in the file explorer at the left pane, the button, we have Linux here. Now this is where the Linux file systems are stored. You know, I earlier on spoke to you that I've installed Debian already. Now this is the directory for Kali Linux. So this root directory, that's what we have over here as our root directory, and these other directories are all explanatory if you understand Linux file system. So this is just how to install Linux flavor, and it's not limited to Kali Linux. We have Debian, we have Ubuntu, and then various types of Ubuntu. You just look for Microsoft Store, and then that's it.